Hey, welcome back to the channel where real stories pack real power. Today, a black woman walks into a hotel she owns, only to get kicked out by her own staff. 5 minutes later, she fires them all. If you're into justice, hidden power, and bold comebacks, hit like, subscribe, and let's jump in. This is what really happened at the Silver Crest Hotel. The security guard's voice echoed across the grand marble lobby. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You're disturbing our guests." Jacqueline Moore didn't flinch. She adjusted the strap of her leather bag, looked the man square in the eye, and said, calmly, "I own this hotel." He smirked. "Sure you do." He had no idea. In 5 minutes, the building he stood in would fall silent. No check-ins. No room service. No staff. Because the woman he just dismissed wasn't just someone. She was the CEO of the entire Moore Lux Group. And she was about to shut it all down. Earlier that day, Jacqueline had landed in Atlanta after a 13-hour flight from Zurich. Her eyes were heavy, her legs sore, but her mind sharp as ever. After wrapping up a 3-month overseas deal worth over $200 million, she was finally back in the States. All she wanted was 2 quiet nights in the penthouse of the Silver Crest, the latest addition to her luxury hotel empire. She stepped out of her Escalade and walked into the lobby, taking in the glow of the gold-trimmed chandelier, the scent of sandalwood and leather polish, the polished elegance of her own vision brought to life. Behind the front desk, a receptionist typed furiously on a keyboard, barely acknowledging Jacqueline's presence. "Hi," Jacqueline began with a warm smile. "Reservation for Jacqueline Moore. Penthouse suite." The receptionist looked up, eyes narrowing slightly. "Are you sure that's the correct name? That suite's reserved for VIPs only." Jacqueline nodded. "I'm sure." "I don't see anything under that name," the woman said flatly, glancing briefly at Jacqueline's outfit. A tailored cream suit, subtle jewelry, no luggage but a carry-on. "Are you with another guest?" "No," Jacqueline replied. "I'm the owner." There was a pause. Then a chuckle. "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to step aside if you're not a registered guest. We have a queue." Jacqueline felt something twist in her chest, not anger, but disappointment. This wasn't the first time. It wouldn't be the last. But she remained composed. "I'd like to speak with the general manager, please." The receptionist stiffened. "There's no manager on duty tonight. I'm acting manager. And if you don't step away, I'll call security." That's when the 2 guards arrived. One of them, a tall man with stiff shoulders and impatience written all over his face, stepped forward. "We've had a complaint," he said, not even bothering to ask for Jacqueline's side. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to escort you off the property." "I think you're making a mistake," she said. The second guard chimed in, "Don't make this harder than it has to be." Jacqueline stared at them both. "My name is Jacqueline Moore, CEO of Moore Lux Group. You're standing in a building I own." The tall guard rolled his eyes. "And I'm the Queen of England." And with that, he grabbed her arm. Jacqueline didn't fight. She let them lead her outside. The night air was cold, but her voice was even colder when she pulled out her phone and dialed a number. "Derek," she said, when her COO answered. "Shut it down." There was a long silence on the other end. "You sure?" "I want every floor locked, every access point disabled. Notify legal. Send a company-wide memo. I want that building empty in 10 minutes." He exhaled slowly. "Got it." Inside the hotel, things started falling apart quickly. The lights in the lobby flickered. The elevators stopped mid-floor. Keycards failed. Room service went offline. Guests began murmuring. The receptionist stared at her frozen screen. Then came the voice over the intercom. "Attention all Silver Crest employees. By direct order of the CEO, this property is now suspended from operations. All personnel are to report to the lobby for immediate termination and evacuation. You are dismissed." Gasps filled the space. Confused guests approached the front desk. Staff members emerged from back offices, whispering and panicking. Then Jacqueline walked back through the front doors. She wasn't alone this time. 2 lawyers flanked her. A police escort followed. And behind them, a small camera crew quietly captured everything. Jacqueline approached the front desk calmly. The same receptionist stood frozen, her face drained of color. Jacqueline met her eyes. "You owe me an apology," she said. The woman opened her mouth, but nothing came out. "You disrespected me," Jacqueline continued. "You assumed I didn't belong here. You looked at my skin, my clothes, my face, and decided I wasn't worth your time. You judged wrong." Her voice carried through the silent lobby. "This hotel is closed until further notice. There will be a full investigation. And every person who worked this shift tonight is officially terminated." No one spoke. No one moved. Somewhere near the elevators, a guest muttered, "She wasn't lying. She really is the boss." Jacqueline turned on her heel and walked away. The next morning, the video was everywhere. The footage of her being kicked out, followed by her dramatic return, had gone viral. News outlets picked up the story. Social media exploded. The headlines read, "Black CEO kicked out of her own hotel, fires staff minutes later. Moore Lux takes a stand against discrimination. Jacqueline Moore proves why you never judge a book by its cover." Jacqueline gave only one interview. Standing on the steps of the same hotel, she faced the cameras and said, "This was never about revenge. This was about respect. I built this company on integrity, diversity, and excellence. And I will not allow silent discrimination to undo that." She paused, letting the silence speak. "If we want change, we have to demand it at every level, especially at the top." For weeks, the hotel remained closed. When it reopened, it had a new management team, diverse, professionally trained, and held to a higher standard. Jacqueline personally hired the new general manager, a young woman of color with a background in hospitality and a heart for people. Then, one day, a letter arrived. It was handwritten, on plain white paper. "Dear Ms. Moore, I owe you an apology. I was one of the guards who escorted you out. That night changed me. I've enrolled in a program for diversity and ethics in hospitality. I now work with a non-profit training others to recognize their biases. I want to thank you for showing strength without hate and for leading by example. Sincerely, Marcus Taylor." Jacqueline smiled as she folded the letter. She didn't need revenge. She had something far better, the knowledge that her actions planted a seed that could grow into something better for everyone. Because sometimes, justice doesn't roar. Sometimes, it walks in calmly, reclaims its place, and quietly changes the world. Have you ever been underestimated, dismissed, or treated unfairly? What would you have done if you were Jacqueline? ***. Let's talk in the comments. If this story moved you, inspired you, or made you think, hit that like button, share it with someone, and subscribe for more powerful, real stories that prove one thing. The truth always walks back in. And this time, it owns the building. ***. See you in the next one.